And in your opinion, like what is the biggest accomplishment for you and why would you consider that to be your biggest accomplishment in your career so far?
Oh wow. Well, it's never been about me. I'm one of these people that I've always believed that everything we do has a purpose for others. And graffiti is one of these things where its strength is in numbers. So like the best trains and the best walls is not by one person, but it's always a group of people. And they come with all these ideas, and it just morphs into like this amazing piece. So I've always felt that my greatest accomplishment is probably dealing with all the crap that I had to do in the beginning to be able to open doors for others. If it wasn't for others that helped me, like again, like Charlie Ahern, James Dixon, Keith Haring, John Michelle, they were all, we were all in it together, but we had this common purpose. And maybe that, the biggest accomplishment is just, constantly pushing the envelope and opening doors for others.
Mm-hmm. I think my opinion personally, just the outside person looking in, when you're looking at art and, perspective is subjective, right? So there's always going to be somebody judging your art, and especially when you transition to selling your art, right? And what does that look like as far as within business? You and Tattoo were able to create a platform that didn't really exist, where people can buy graffiti and sell graffiti and showcase the work and have the DJ there and have some music and some people and create this kind of atmosphere going on. For me, Wallworks was one of those places, because before, I went to the Bronx and I met, Tattoo and Hunts Point, never been there, but obviously, that I'm in the dance world, so, and shout out to hip hop and breaking, but I didn't know the other side of those elements. And for me, you created this platform in art to sell your art and from a business angle. And can you share some of like the tips on running a business? Like, what does that look for you? And how has like COVID impacted what you do so far? First question, actually.
Yeah. I don't think there's any kind of formula for what we're doing. See, what we do is very real. It's very personal. It's very us. And I knew all along that this is what I was going to do. Whether I was going to sell paintings or not, that was secondary. I had to create. Along with like the Tattoo and a lot of other artists, we're here to produce art. That's our calling. Like you're a dancer, that's your calling. Now, if someone pays you, that's the plus. Because most artists that I know work for a living and they paint because that's their passion. But the reality is they gotta pay bills, so they have jobs and then they go and paint at night on weekends. But they're 9-to-5ers. I was blessed enough that whatever I was doing, there was an attraction to other people, and them buying the work actually helped me to continue to sustain my way of living, which is to paint. I'm not supposed to be a dancer. I'm not supposed to be, I'm a painter. So I think the one thing that I've always stuck to, that this artist told me, Ronnie Catrone, he says, you have to treat your life as 9 to 5. You get up every morning, you go to the studio, you come home. You get up every morning, you go to the studio. You have to have that discipline, because the discipline will make you self-assured, and the confidence will come in through the work, and then you go from there. Now, if you sell pieces, that's great. That's a great thing, but that shouldn't be the end all. That should be just an avenue to further what you're doing. Wallworks, that was, Wallworks wasn't supposed to happen. I'll tell you what happened. All along, I always wanted to give back to where I grew up at. I moved away, I did whatever. I grew up and I moved out of the projects just when the crack epidemic was just happening in 1982, 83. Right before it started coming out, I moved out. My parents were older and I made a little bit of money, so we moved out. I had to, make sure that they were safe. That was paramount. And I wanted to give back to my, to my neighborhood, to my community. And my daughter and I were in Paris, and we were having dinner with someone. And out of nowhere, I asked the guy, hey, listen, would you be interested in working with me and opening up a small gallery in the South Bronx? And my daughter looked at me like, what is this? The guy's like, what? He goes, well, I have this idea, and this is just, I'm just sitting in Paris at a restaurant eating dinner, and it's just coming out of my head. And the gentleman was like, yeah, sounds interesting. So when we got back from Paris, 2 weeks in, I found the location for Wallworks. I called the real estate people, and I arranged for the space, and I took it. I mean, with no money, no backers, no anything, because I felt that this had to be done. And eventually, the gentleman that was going to be my partner decided not to do it. So I was like, okay. So I had a 5-year lease, knowing that I was going to lose $120,000 out of my own money. That was the rent and paying Con Ed and all that. So I said, okay, then I'm going to lose the money, but this has to be done. And then I called a friend of mine who's retired and said, listen, I'm doing this thing uptown. Would you like to be my partner? I might need some money in the beginning, but, and my friend Robert, and he joined me as a silent partner. And after 2 years, we didn't need any assistance. We started selling pieces to help support the gallery. But again, I was paying the bills out of my pocket. But I felt that had to be done. It was like the time for it, There was no place in the South Bronx where artists from the Mitchell houses, the Millbrook houses, the Patterson, or or that area to come in and check out what we're doing, and there's always conversation. So it was just one of the things where it just in my heart, I had to do it. So I walked in faith and like, yo, it's gonna happen. I was the money. I can always do more paintings and then hopefully sell them and just keep going. So that's how that happened. It wasn't planned. It was just a moment in time where I felt it had to be done. And, God is good.
God is good. I think a testament to anybody who's successful as an entrepreneur are the people that are willing to take risks.
Yeah.
And usually big ones that can question, your own integrity.
That's hard. That's the hard part, because I in the 5 years we were there, I never wanted to put any of my work in the gallery. I didn't want it to be about me. I wanted to show art that I liked, Now, I stepped on a lot of toes because there were people that wanted to show at the gallery, but I felt that their work wasn't enough to keep the conversation going. It sounds kind of weird, but there were artists that I sort of like, wow, this is pretty amazing, that no one's ever heard of. And the idea was just to show them. It wasn't about a popularity thing. It was just to keep a conversation going. I mean, we had artists who were 18, 19 years old when we opened, and now they're very successful in what they're doing because we pushed them into an area that they were uncomfortable with, but they saw that, this can happen. And, so that's a great thing.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you took the risk. I do, because I wouldn't have gotten to experience Wallworks or these amazing graffiti artists that got to showcase their works. I truly didn't really know about that part of history when it came to hip hop, and one of the most important elements ever created. For me to get to experience it and also kind of find that authenticity that it came from kids, who grew up in stressful environments that wanted an outlet and a platform to showcase their work or showcase what they're trying to express, to the community.
Yeah.
And help support it. So I thank you so much for that, for real.
Well, I thank the artists.
I know it's humbly, because you're so humble.
I thank the artists because
it's not about one person. It's about
I thank the artists, and I tell you why. We went in not knowing what we're going to do, and I essentially just called and emailed people and said, listen, we're opening up this little space in the South Bronx. It's in a location that there's no foot traffic. We don't sell anything, but I would love to do something with you, and I will do the best I can to represent it. and they took the chances. So if it wasn't for them, we would not be anywhere. So I thank the artists who really just just show love, because I mean, to take a chance on a space that no one knows, I can't guarantee a sale, and then they don't know me. I could just take the work and not pay. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different things that could have gone sideways, but if it wasn't for the artists, we wouldn't be where we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also think that in order for people to take a chance on someone else, they have to have some form of trust and respect.
Yeah.
So I believe your community does do that.
Yeah, that was our saving grace, because people that I dealt with in the past who are people that I called. I'll give you an example. One of the artists that we did a show with, he had come to my studio maybe like 10 years, 15 years ago as a little kid. And I didn't know it was him. He came with another kid, and then this older person who came to my studio, and I took time out and I sat down with him. Hey, so what are you kids up to? And some of them were like, just starting to do graffiti. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So that conversation, it stuck in the kid's head. So he's really one of the biggest artists in France right now. So when I reached out to him, he said, in a heartbeat, I'll do it with you, and I'll tell you why. And he told me about the conversation. Like, that was you? He goes, yeah. You took the time to sit down with me when I was 15 years old. And, that was 15, 20 years ago. He's in his late 30s. He has his own kids, and his career is really taking off in Europe. And because I sat down with him and spent time with him, it was like a way of giving back. So I'm like, oh, wow. So